What's up? I hope you're all having a good day or night, depending on where you are or what time you're watching this right now. So, I figured for this video you could just chill while I brush you, or if you don't like that, then it's just the mic, but pretend I'm brushing you if you want, I don't care. But I got this brush, and this brush. I had another brush, and I tried it, and it did not sound good at all, so I'm just sticking to these three. But yeah. And I figured might as well ramble a bit while I brush your hair, if you don't mind. And if you do mind, then oh well. But anyway, so let's get started with the mic being uncovered for this first bit with this brush, because I also have this cover and this cover to put on the mic later. This just do different brushing sounds. So yeah. So anyway, I hope all is well with you. I hope life is going great. I hope your day has been great. If not, then I hope it gets better. I hope it takes a quick turnaround. But you know, I've had my fair share of not so great days, and what you gotta do when that happens is just kinda take it and roll with it and try to turn it into something a bit more positive. Or if that doesn't work, then you know what? Forget it. That day, you don't need to be thinking about that day. Just go to bed, and a new day, a new dawn, and a new possible great day is waiting for you around the corner. And that bad day, it does nobody any good to think about it. It doesn't do you any good to think about the bad days, okay? You just gotta take it and roll with it. And if you can, try and I would just take whatever it was that happened, whatever the bad thing is, and just try and find a positive outlook on it. Because in the end, to decide if your day's been good or bad, to decide how you want to be for the day, whether you're cranky or giddy with excitement, you know, it's all about perspective and your outlook on your own day. You could have like the worst day ever, but with a smile on your face. Believe it or not, a simple smile on your face makes it easier. Even if in your head you're still like, you know, thinking not so great things about the day, just having a smile on your face and just kind of faking it, at least for me, eventually kind of breaks through and kind of tricks my brain into thinking, you know what, that wasn't so bad, you know. But I also understand that sometimes just your day can just really, really suck, and when that happens, well, it sucks, you know. You can't do much about it. So since you can't do much about it, why give it the satisfaction of thinking about it so much, you know? Just, it might be hard, but just move on, you know? Whether it's because, I don't know, your favorite team lost a big game, or you got broken up with, or you dropped your ice cream cone, or you wiped out on your pogo stick, you know, no matter what the incident is, whether it's the smallest inconvenience last week. I'm just trying to remember if it was Tuesday or Thursday. I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. It was, so yeah, exactly a week ago. Something not great, I guess, happened with me. I'll just say this. This thing something was supposed to happen that I was planning on happening for or it was kind of, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. I was building up to doing this thing, and I had been building up to it for I don't know, about a month or two in advance. I mean, not strictly just doing this one thing, kind of just multiple things that this thing would tie together with, basically. And this thing did not happen, and because it didn't happen, it also came with everything else surrounding it kind of just falling apart, you know? So, I know that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's the best way I can describe it without giving too many details that I'd rather not share. For just personal, to protect the identity of others and not wanting to get too personal, you know. You shouldn't, quick disclaimer, you should never put too much personal information on the internet. I don't care what you say or what you believe or where you share it at, whether it's the most secure part of the internet. Once it's on the internet, it stays on the internet forever, forever and ever. So don't, just be extremely, and I mean extremely cautious with what you put out there on the internet, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Because the internet is a dangerous place. But anyway, after that comforting thought, but yeah, I know my story just now probably didn't make a lot of sense, but I'm just saying, the moral of the story is, actually I never even finished the story, so I get back home, and when things like this happen, I tend to not do anything other than really, and I mean critically think about it, think about it to the smallest detail, and how things could have gone wrong, how things could have gone differently, how it could affect the future, and I mean I really think about it. Not sure why I think so critically about it, probably because, yeah, I don't know, that's just what I tend to do. By the way, we're switching to the tiny brush now. I thought about it for I don't know, I thought about it on the car ride home, and then I thought about it for an hour after I got home, and you know what, I could have just let it ruin me completely for the rest of the week or longer, because I had felt in the moment I had just wasted the last 1.5 to 2 months of my life, or of my time on this particular thing. But when all is said and done, it sucked, but it could have been a lot worse, could have been a lot worse, and well, also I isn't like anything ever, it wasn't going to be, I knew it wasn't going to be like a huge thing that could happen. It was like a small thing that could have been cool, basically. So I knew if I let it ruin the rest of my week, or even day for that matter, I would have felt like I was being dramatic or blowing things out of proportion, kind of, or like overthinking it, and it didn't deserve that much thought. This thing that didn't happen did not deserve me dwelling on it for like the foreseeable future. I so yeah, after just thinking about it for like an hour, just sitting there and thinking about it for an hour after I got home, I just went through all the possible reasons why it could have happened, and I honestly couldn't think of any reasons why it didn't happen. I swear to you, I could not think of a reason why it didn't happen. Like, the morning of, everything seemed perfect, and then when the time came, it just didn't happen. And I did everything. I showed up and all that. I showed up to this thing and everything, but then it just didn't happen. And there was like zero warning or signs that it wasn't going to happen. So I wasn't sad or bummed out. For the most part, I was just angry and confused more than anything. And then after thinking about it for an hour, I was just confused. Still, I wasn't mad anymore. I was just confused, and to be honest, I still am confused as to why it didn't happen. But that's only when I think about it, which I don't really do until like right now. But yeah, you can't let bad things that happen to you control you. You can't. I mean, I know this is like textbook advice. This is like the most obvious advice that literally everyone gets at some point in their lives. And you know why? It's because it is good advice. It's because it is great advice and true advice. It is advice everybody should hear because it's very true. You cannot let bad things and bad days and even bad weeks, or however long these bad things affect you or take control or happen or just whatever. You just can't let them. You just can't dwell on it. And I'm not saying you can't dwell on it at all. Everybody deserves to be mad at something and to be angry over something or be sad over something whenever it happens. I mean, obviously that's how humans work. That's how the human mind works. You're going to be upset, and I get that you deserve to be upset. But what I'm saying is you can't let it take control of you. You don't deserve to be in constant pain or anger, okay? Even though in the moment you feel like that's what you should be feeling constantly. And I get that, believe me, I do. But think about it in the grand scheme of things, in the long run. Is it worth it? Is it worth all that anger, all that time you spend being mad over something, being heartbroken by something? It is almost never worth you being upset and heartbroken for an extended period of time. You don't deserve that, okay? What I'm saying is, overall, you cannot give these problems the satisfaction of you feeling understand. I just got extremely deep. I know that. Did I plan on having this very deep conversation? No, I did not. To be honest, I just planned to ramble about like what's been like, wow, my day's been like. Today's been fine. I haven't had any bad things go on today, by the way. I didn't plan on talking about that. It is what it is, though. Like I said, everybody should hear that advice at some point in their lives. So yeah, after all that stuff, I don't even know if you're able to keep up with me. I know I got a little sidetracked and probably a bit confusing there a few times. Sorry about that, but basically, overall, when it comes down to it, don't dwell on the negativity. Just roll with it. Try and turn it into something better for yourself. And just don't let the anger control you. You know, you don't deserve to be mad all the time. You deserve to be happy, not mad. So you just gotta roll with it. And just get back up and keep going, you know. But anyway, yeah. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Maybe something a little more simple. How about I'll just talk about school, I guess. That's what I always end up doing with these ramble videos. I'm liking school still, of course. I know last time I talked about it, I still wasn't that sure about how I felt about my classes. But now I have a better grasp on things, and I really like my history class. It's very cool. My English class, well, it's English. It's an English class, you know. It's not going to be the best thing ever. It's not going to be insanely fun. But it is simple, at least. There is that. It is simple. In the next couple of weeks, I got my midterm exams and essays and stuff coming up. I know there's at least 2 written exams for both my police studies class and my history class. I have no idea what we're doing for the midterm in my psychology class. I mean, the teacher hasn't said anything about it yet, so we'll see, you know. Oh yeah. Time for the big brush. But what else? Oh, my English class is going to be an essay. We're going to be writing a paper. A boring paper, for sure. I never really liked writing non-fiction things. I love to write fiction stories. I mean, it's like my favorite thing to do as a hobby. But when it comes to writing non-fiction things and like English papers, it's like so much worse. I don't like it. I don't like doing it, but I have to do it if I want to pass the class, so I will. And then as for my communications class, I have to give a speech. Everybody in that class has to give a speech for their midterm. At least I'm guessing it's for the midterm. I mean, we're giving these speeches around the midterm time, so if I had to guess, I would guess that's what the midterm is going to be. I mean, the teacher hasn't specified, but I'm sure that's what it is, you know. I have a average amount of stage fright, I guess. I used to be petrified. I would used to, if you ask asked me to give a speech, I'd say I'd rather die in the moment, I'd rather, like, run into a pit of lava or something than give a speech. Like, my stage fright used to be insane. But I've improved since then, because that was like, I don't know, 7 years ago. And since then I've given multiple speeches and for like different things, whether it's school or outside school events. And I've gotten better with it. I'm still not like, hey man, let's go, I'm ready to give a speech. I love giving speeches, I just love it. I'm not like that, obviously. I'm still going to be a little nervous, but I'm just saying, won't be nearly as bad as I used to be. So, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with school right now. What else? The weather's been getting better. It was like freezing and like really, really cold these last few days. But today it was like in the 40s and 50s, which is like an insane improvement on the weather. So I hope it can stay like that. It probably won't because it's still February, but February's almost over, so there's something there. What else? I recently got 2 new games, both physical copies, so I finally have some more games for like games of the videos, for like the game of the video segment. I haven't done one of those in a while, so I can finally do not one but 2 more of those soon. So I'm not going to say what the game is, but just know that's on the way. Probably have them in like triggers or my videos or something, most likely. They're both horror games. I know that. I'll say that they're both horror games. Okay, hang on. Gonna take a quick break here. I'm just going to mute the mic for a second and put on the this cover right here. Okay, so just hang on 1 second. Okay, there we go. That's on there now. This brush I don't think sounds as good on it. Yeah, no. Unless I'm thinking of the little one. Okay, maybe it's the little one that doesn't sound as good. But this one sounds the best with it. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. What else? I also, this is kind of like an off-topic thing. If I look really pale right now, the light that I use in the webcam are like very random when it comes to the lighting. Sometimes it will make me look like this, and sometimes it'll be darker and look better. It has a mind of its own, But anyway, let's see. I don't really excuse me, I don't really have any video ideas planned out right now. I'm kind of just thinking of ideas like the day of filming them, so I don't have anything like pre-planned. I know I've gotten like a few requests to do certain things like a Game of Thrones ASMR, I guess roleplay. I just don't really have a way of doing that because I don't have, I mean I have swords, but I don't have like a cloak or a shield or anything like that, to where it could be good, Um, maybe I could do like a blacksmith roleplay or something where I like pretend to be a merchant with all my blades or something. There's an idea, I guess. I know I haven't really done a gaming video in a long time, actually. But that's just because nobody ever really seemed to be into them that much, so I kind of just haven't really done them. But let me know if you might want to see one of those again, because I'd be more than happy to do one. Just let me know what game you might want to see me do. Don't say any multiplayer games, because I don't really have many of those. Like, I don't have Fortnite or Rocket League or what's another one? I don't know. League of Legends, I guess. I don't play any games like that. But like single player games like Red Dead or something, I'd be more than happy to play. Or maybe Call of Duty. It could be intense, but I mean, I'd like to try that out. If you want to see it, just let me know. Let's see. I feel like there's something very good to talk about. I just can't think of it, Alright. Screw it. Let's get personal. Let's get personal. I don't know why saying that made me just laugh so much. I think it's because it made me think of like a scene from a movie that was like a very intense scene in it. Like, I don't know, it was like an interrogation or something. It said, let's get personal. And I just feel like it got so, like, that level of intense just now with me. And I didn't mean for it to, but oh well. Anyway, let's get personal. Since it is the month of February, I've always had the hardest time pronouncing February compared to any other month. But since it is that month, it is also like considered the month of, I don't know, love or something, because Valentine's Day. So, speaking of Valentine's Day and it being February and like romance is in the air and all that, I know Valentine's Day was like, what, 11 days ago? At least for me it's 11 days ago. I don't know if you're in different time zones, could be 10 days ago, 12 days ago. Anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic Valentine's Day. I already talked about what I did for Valentine's Day. I spent my Valentine's Day taking a test in one of my classes and then doing nothing else. But I got a 100 on that test. I haven't told you all that. I got a 100 on it, so pretty good day. I've just never really been into Valentine's Day, I guess. Not sure why. I mean, I like Valentine's Day. It's just, I like other holidays more. That's all there is to it. I mean, Halloween is my favorite holiday, and then it's Christmas, and then Thanksgiving, and then I guess 4th of July maybe, but honestly after those first three, it kind of gets like all kinds of even and tied up with a lot of other holidays, for me at least. Like even my birthday, my birthday used to be like number one, but now that would be 4th or maybe tied up with the rest. I don't really, still what am I saying? It's still worthy to celebrate, and it's still awesome, of course, just not as amazing compared to when you were a kid, you know. But that's okay, it's all part of growing up, you know. But anyway, hang on, I'm going to mute it again and then swap out the covers. Okay, now I'm just going to hand brush your hair. Just going to brush your hair with my hands if you don't mind. But anyway, as I was saying about Valentine's Day, back to Valentine's Day, got a little distracted with just holidays in general. But don't get me wrong, I still love the holidays. It's not like I despise holidays, you know, I still love them all of them. I still celebrate. Well, I don't celebrate every holiday, but the majority I do, you know. But anyway, Valentine's Day. I'll just say this. I know I said I'm not really into Valentine's Day. That's could also be because I haven't had many relationships. So, I mean, that could be a reason. But then again, I've been in a relationship during Valentine's Day before, and, you know, I, of course, celebrated it more than usual then. But even then, I wasn't, like, crazy about it, you know. I just never really got into Valentine's Day. But I don't know if I get into another relationship that could very well change. Then I don't know, I might have some like great light bulb go off in my head. I'm like, oh wait, this is why Valentine's Day is so amazing. I get it now. This is awesome. But we'll see if that happens. I mean, between you and me, I'm a bit skeptical on that happening, just to be honest. But stranger things have happened. But anyway, it could be cool. But still, forget what I think. If you love Valentine's Day, great, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. If you hate Valentine's Day, hey, you know what? It's not for everybody. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion on just about anything. Unless it's about who the best Star Wars character or just fictional character in general is, because the answer is Darth Vader and it always will be. So if you like any character more than Darth Vader, then you are wrong. That's the only time when your opinion is invalid. Sorry, I don't make the rules, except I kinda do. So, yeah. Anyway, wow, I'm looking at the screen right now and it's already 35 minutes in. This video has flown by. I guess I rambled more than I thought I would, and I got caught up in a lot of things. I got caught up in a lot of personal deep things, but you know what? Just gotta go with it, you know, you just gotta go with it. But I guess I'm about done here. I hope you enjoyed this rambling, mic brushing video. If there was, I'll leave you with this one last thing, okay? I guess just going back to how I kind of started this ramble with that very deep think about bad things happening, but just like about how you react, you know, just going back to that, to like close things. Just know it does get better. Even if you don't see a light at the end of that tunnel, even if you don't know how you could possibly ever turn whatever happened to you into a positive. Like, there's nothing good about it. Even if you can't do that, it's okay. You're not doomed, you know, you're not done for. Just know there is always someone out there for you to talk to, no matter what. Okay, even if you feel like you don't have anyone, you do have someone. I promise you that. Whether you don't even if you don't know them, trust me, someone out there is guaranteed to listen to you. Okay, even if you haven't found them yet, you will. Okay, you will and you can. So, and even if you feel like there's no one there for you right now, just know there is, because I'm there for you. The community is here for you. And yeah, you know, just know you always got somebody in your corner, alright? So even when things seem like darkest, and you're in your darkest of days, and you just don't know how you can, like, see good in anything, there is help. There's always help. So, just know you're never alone, ever. Unless you need alone time, in which case you can be alone, you know. You don't gotta think about never being alone. Don't take that in a creepy way. But just know, you don't gotta be alone. Anyway, I guess that just about does it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know how you like this video. Definitely got a bit more intense than I planned for, but I didn't really plan on anything going into this video. I just planned on brushing the mic and talking. That's about it. Didn't plan on what to talk about at all, and I think that is an okay thing, because I think what I did end up talking about was a good thing to talk about and a necessary thing to talk about. It's hard stuff to talk about, but it does need to be talked about. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm happy with this video, and I hope you are too. And I hope you're feeling much more relaxed, or sleepy, or happy, or more restful. You're resting. Yeah, one of those. I just hope you're doing great. You know, I hope you're doing awesome. And if not, then just remember what I said. So anyway, I hope you all have, man, I'm forgetting how to speak apparently, but I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night. And yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're feeling much more sleepy and relaxed compared to before you clicked on this video. So, with that, the video is now over. And so, I will see you all in the next one. So, thanks again,